Hello, everyone. Welcome back for our monthly beta discussion for the month of May. Because it got delayed with the update. The update was great. These minis are super great. So I'm once again joined by Jay. Hello, Jay.
How's it going?
We have not a lot of beta stuff to talk about, but we have a very interesting turn of events today that I was not expecting, like at all. What
A
happened?
development, a creepy crawly development.
Yeah, I was two. That's true. There's actually two things I was not expecting.
Fair enough.
One you could call the elephant in the room.
Oh God. Ugh.
But we will start with what we do, and that is the beta gear. The beta gear is interesting. A lot of good releases. There's a lot of stuff to talk about lore wise. So, which one do you want to start with as the resident lore reader? Do you want to start with Mist, or do you want to start with Moss?
Let's do Moss first, just because she doesn't have anything like going with her.
It's true.
She is, however, one of the Inverted Mountain, which you keep calling Iron Mountain for some reason, but Inverted Mountain starting survivors, which means, hey, new starting survivors. Moss lives in the shadow of the Inverted Mountain. She is her settlement's most adept climber, owing entirely to her patience. She can be found clinging to a sheer rock face, staring intently at the incline above. She presses her body to the surface, detecting the faintest handholds and gazing upwards. Memorizing geometries with her stone-worn skin, her tactile memory guides her calloused hands with ease. And she's wearing some goo on her chest.
Yeah, we saw her in two things for Black Friday, right? For the Inverted Mountain, she was in just, I don't know what that artwork was. I'm assuming just something. But she had like
Uh,
her own artwork. And then she was also the Intimacy artwork for Inverted Mountain, right? Yeah, she has no gear or anything. I do enjoy minis that are on the lower end of the technology spectrum. Minis that are fully decked out in like full gear and like late game armor and stuff get lesser like reusability and stuff. So ones with lower tech, I use them quite a bit.
says you, if you're good at the game, you can get to end game instantly.
No, well, I just meant it more. I meant it more on the fact of the interchangeableness, right? Like
Yeah, I
someone
get you.
decked out in full lantern, you're only going to use that if you're using full lantern.
I suppose. What, you don't like have your starting survivors wearing Node 3 armor?
No, I don't.
No.
I know some
Dang.
people play that way. Some people have them using the Halloween survivors. So you can play however you want. All right, so now let's move on to Mist. Let's do the one Mist unarmored.
There is no shop thing.
Oh, she doesn't have a lore? I thought she did.
He has no lore.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess we move on to Mist with armor.
Yeah. It's really cool armor. It's like a Tanuki face frog helm.
She's really cool. The
Mist.
mini's really cool.
Mist Riken armor. Mist disappears into the thin, toxic air that descends as gazes of Rikens generate violent storms near her settlement. Reeking past the massive balls of frazzled fur, she conditions her lungs to fight the ozone-rich atmosphere. Repeated exposure to the highly charged environment has left Mist's hair crackling with energy and embarrassingly unruly. No one knows what strange coiffure, coiffure, it's French, has driven her to hide her head.
Clearly Raccoon related, I think. Not it's not what it's made out of. I meant like Raccoon somewhat settlement related. Like that it's the settlement's going to be
Oh,
Raccoons.
she's a ringtail survivor.
Yeah.
Period. I'm putting a period at the end of that sentence.
Yeah, I
She's a
think so.
ringtail survivor.
I think so. Or at least something that is adjacent to it. If
He
not.
has a tail and messy hair,
Yeah,
like every ringtail survivor we've seen.
yes, I think so. Like I said, or it could be something adjacent. We don't know. Maybe when Ringtail campaign launches, maybe there's two node ones. That'd be
Possible.
interesting. Who knows?
Honestly, I would see this as like Node 3 armor. I think it's a. I think Ryken are a Node 3 multi monster hunt.
Sure. Could be.
That would be my guess.
Yep. I do think this will be released again. You know why? And you also know why.
It's just freaking feature incomplete.
Yes. Let's talk about the 2 pieces of armor that you get for beta stuff, and the 1 glossary card, despite having 2 glossary terms.
Yeah.
We'll start with the helmet, because the helmet's, I mean, despite being just an amazing artwork that I want as like a Discord emote, because his face is amazing.
It's pretty good.
I do also love that the mini, you can see her face in there.
Yeah.
So the mini is
very
really
nice
highly
attention to
detailed.
detail.
King of Death minis are awesome. So, regardless of what
They are.
yeah, it's great that you can see her face in there. But let's talk about this Petrogor Stetchhelm. I think that's how you say this. It's like double H. I don't know. I think it's Stetchhelm.
Yeah, it's Stetchhelm.
Is it Stetchel? It could be
Stetchhelm. I slur my words. It's Stetchhelm.
That's what I think. Stetchhelm, but it could be Stetchhelm. I don't know. I think it's Stetchhelm.
STs.
Is double H. So either way, that's about it.
Yes.
That's the most interesting thing to say about this helm is the way it's spelled. Joking aside, so this has an ability. So when you collect the blue affinity, is when you suffer damage from current acts, gain a charge token. Charge tokens are interesting. Here's what charge tokens do. If you have a charge token at the end of your attack with a metal weapon, if you hit the monster, it is shocked and suffers an automatic wound. And then archive all charge tokens at the end of each round. So, we have no idea what current does. It's something. The term, the glossary card, was not included in this release. Very likely because we'll probably get the rest of the set in
Like
some
next month or something.
manner. Yeah. So this is just unusable. This is just unusable, this helm. The only thing that's good about it is the cost.
It's 2 iron for a 5
This
armor
is,
piece.
2 iron for 5 head armor is quite crazy. But then again, it does nothing. So I guess that is something. So, it's just interesting that this just is released like this. We've seen this happen, and they have a bad track record with this when this does happen.
Well, considering Ivory Dragon is another 8 years out.
Yes, and we don't even know if that will even work. I doubt that will even work. That thing that you get with Before the Wall with Aya, one of the first white boxes ever, I doubt that will even be remembered.
Poots likes Aya, so maybe.
Maybe. But yes, that had a glossary term called Sideswipe. To this day, which is, I don't even know how long ago was Before the Wall? It's got to be 10 years, right?
A decade, because it's one of the first
white boxes ever, yeah. With gear.
And we've had the decade survivors, so probably a decade.
It's got to be a decade, yeah. So it's 10 years, and we don't know what Sideswipe does. And that was an unreleased glossary term for that. Now
but you also just can't make those gloves.
Well, yeah, but also the Halloween Twilight Night that was released last Halloween didn't have a pattern recipe card. And that's never been fixed or addressed. So,
correct.
Not a very good track record when it comes to addressing these things that are missed out on. But hopefully we'll learn what Current X does, and hopefully we'll get the rest of this armor set at some time. Otherwise, that helm is useless. Unless you want to wear it for the 5 armor. Which is debatably okay.
The style.
Yeah. I love the artwork. I love the face of this stupid little helmet.
I foresee next month we get a guy wearing this armor set.
Yeah.
It's
then it's all good.
Hey.
It's just questionable to do this with beta releases, in my opinion, because beta releases might change. That's the point of them being beta. So, who knows? Anyway, let's talk about the petrichor sleeves. These are neat. These ones at least work. You can play with these now.
I don't know why you would, but you
And I don't know
can.
how you're going to complete these affinities. We slightly talked about it before this, but these affinities, for one, it has a left green, but doesn't require green at all for using its affinity
We
left.
we've I don't think we've ever seen that.
No, I don't know why it has a left green. I'm assuming this goes with screaming, but again, so petrichor sleeves. These are 5 armor. Again, really good with the hand location. They have the static wash ability, which is for movement and activation. You spend movement and activation. If you have a metal weapon in your gear grid, gain a charge token. So that's the only way of gaining a charge token right now. The other way, we can't because we don't know what current X does. But for a charge token to cost a movement and an activation, and then it gets discarded at the end of the round, if you're doing this static wash, you are committing to surging and dashing. Like this,
Yep.
this is a hefty cost for one automatic wound. Granted, like you don't need to wound the monster; you just need to hit it. So if you hit it and fail, you're at least still wounding, and it's after the attack, so there'll be no reaction on the wound. So, I mean, if you really had trouble killing Gold Smoke Knight, this will definitely wound it. As long as you can hit it, you can wound it. So, it's interesting, but that is a hefty charge.
I have to assume that based on the wording of charge tokens, and it's at the end of your attack.
Yeah, so your attack's over. It's not. You don't have any more. It's not going to do a reaction.
Yeah, I have to assume by that wording that current X has to do with suffering damage while you're attacking with a metal weapon or something.
Yes. Now here's the thing. Come next month, if we get the rest of the armor set, great. But if you could do current X right now without needing anything else, it begs the question: why didn't they just release it now so you could play with the helm? Because if you're, I think you're right. I think you're 100% correct. I think it has something to do with attacking with a metal weapon.
It's very clearly a gear rule, like reach or devastating.
Yes.
So it'll be like the tail or something will be like current 2, and it'll be when you critically wound or you perfectly hit
I think
with
it's when
a
you
metal
perfectly
weapon. Probably when you perfectly hit with a metal weapon,
You'll gain.
suffer X damage to this hit location.
Yep. That's what I think as well, which could be something that could have been explained right now. But it's also possible.
However, it's not on either of these gear pieces, so it would still remain useless.
Yes. I'm just saying it's possible.
That's still a massive amount of commitment.
I know. I don't. That's. I mean. So that's pretty much my review of this right here. I don't think this requires any kind of testing, any kind of forethought. One, I don't know what you're doing with these affinities. In the current state, wearing these with something, Jay suggested dragon, which is probably correct. It might also work with lope and leather, but you would not want to use lope with this because the lope gloves are good. 2, you won't. The reason why you'd wear lope is to skewer with the body, but you're not going to be able to skewer because you're spending your movement and activation to get charge tokens. I don't know what you're doing to complete these affinities. The gear itself doesn't even help. So, this is very odd. There's no real way of using this. I don't think you use this at all right now. This completely depends on next month.
Completely useless.
Yeah, this completely depends on next month, and I think that's a questionable approach for beta gear. I don't think it's a questionable approach for white box stuff, because white box at least is in its final development, and it will, like, it's planned to be released. The beta gear, we don't know. Maybe next month they just skip it. Who knows? Like, we've never seen what's going to happen with Grimmery. We thought Grimmery would make his return. So.
Yep. Unfortunate. Best Boy is still locked to being resin.
Yeah, this is just a very weird thing. It's super interesting. The best part about this is neat design, and I think Jay also said that.
Yeah, and really, with all this like building white box or beta content, aside from well, no, even within like Sun Lion and Screaming Lucy, um, this all just feels like it's building towards Ringtail being Gambler's Chest 2.
So, cool stuff. Yeah, just need to wait to see what it actually does. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Oh, right, yeah.
So this was a surprise. This happened literally today, right? Like I saw these today, and then like right before that, I got the shopping and stuff. Now,
yeah, they sold coins. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, they sell coins now. Remember the coins that no one wanted, the NFTs? They're back.
Yeah, virtual Gorm Sanity.
Yeah, so today up on the shop, Gorm came on sale for $8.50 USD if you own the sim. Now, the sim did not return to the shop, which is fine. I think eventually they will. They've said it. They will. I'm still thinking Black Friday, maybe Gen Con, but I'm still thinking Black Friday. But it does look like they're going to start individually selling the sim expansions, which is great. I had always wondered how it would work, but the fact that they're individually being sold is great, and especially for the price, $8.50 USD is amazing, especially for Gorm.
Literally are like skins in video games that cost more than that.
Yeah, this is amazing. I thought maybe you'd get like campaigns of death, or not campaigns of death. You'd get expansions of death for the sim, right? I thought maybe they'd wait till all 12 were done and then they'd sell the expansions of death as like a pack. I didn't think they'd do each individual one, and the fact of doing each individual one is great.
Like, I'm sure they will do like a discount pack.
Oh
for
yeah,
like
no,
$50.
I thought that was was going to be the only option. Just like with how they had, you can get access to the sim for $15, or you can get all the expansions for $500. Like that was the that was the middle ground. 15 or 500.
The 300. But
or
yeah.
300, yeah. My bad. I was thinking.
Speaking of the Master Key.
Yeah, speaking of Master Key as well. I don't actually have a Master Key, but Jay, what did you find when you opened up your door to your sim today?
10,000 spiders. Spidercules is on the sim for Master Key holders. It's not 1.6 though.
That's true. It's not 1.6, but Gorm is, so that's great. So if you do buy Gorm, you will be getting the 1.6 version.
Yeah, Gorm, either if you are a Master Key holder or if you buy it, is a 1.6 Gorm. So I'm assuming it's just an oversight.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get updated. Like I said, because Spidercules is not on sale for public, so it's probably just getting all the assets in there and letting people play around with it while they fine-tune it and tweak it and update it and stuff. Because I think even the Sim didn't launch at 1.6, right? Sim launched 1.5, and it took like a month for it.
Yeah, is the Sim even 1.6 yet?
Yeah, the Sim is now.
Okay, good. But yeah, like, I really, truly, and honestly highly recommend if you're a Master Key guy and you haven't touched Spidercules because you've heard bad stuff, you don't have to fiddle around with that weird mini in the Sim.
Yes.
Try out Spidercules. He's cool.
Yes. Spidercules is, especially with 1.6. Spidercules is a whole different beast in 1.5, replacing Lope. In 1.6, it's okay. Yeah, if you want to know all about the Sim, a great person to go watch is A Warm and Awful Feeling. She does great. I'm sure she's having a great time now the Spooter's in there. Her channel's really great. She covers the Sim. I don't really cover the Sim. I don't really cover the Sim. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, fair enough.
I do have it. Eventually, maybe I'll play with it with people, but not now. Yeah, so that's great. That was a wonderful surprise. I was not expecting both those things to happen at all. Spooter to get added so quickly after the Q&A, that's great. And then I was totally not expecting Gorm at all to be sold individually and for the price that it is. So amazing. The Sim is turning out to be something that is really good value and really great, and I hope one day that it's just permanently on sale in the shop.
And also has a search bar. That'd be nice. Well, right. It's true. Anyway.
All right. With that, I guess we'll definitely, hopefully, maybe, maybe we'll get to see the rest of the Petrichor set. Or no, wait. It's actually the Raikeen set, or Raikeen set. Maybe we'll get to see the rest
it's
of that.
Japanesey. She has a katana. It's Raiken.
But maybe we'll get to see it either way. 2 weeks, right? Because this was
That'd be
technically
nice.
the May stuff. We should still maybe get the June stuff.
Imagine it's sold at Gen Con exclusively.
Oh, don't even put that evil on people.
I'm putting that into the universe.
Oh my gosh, that's rough. Yeah, Gen Con should be interesting. We'll have to. We're going to be late on Gen Con. I won't be. I'm going to Gen Con, so we won't be able to talk right away as soon as all those spoilers go up and everything. Our Gen Con episode will be delayed.
Oh no.
You'll know everything. You'll be more informed because you'll be able to see all the spoiler chat and everything.
Yeah, I guess.
I'll
And the Kalenium Butcher and all that.
Yes, I can't wait for Kalenium Butcher. Super cool stuff. All right, thank you for joining me, Jay.
Thank you for having me as always.
Yeah. And I'll see you in the next beta release.
Yeah, man. Peace.